Hi, Beck from All Abilities, Mackay here. Reef's been invited to lots of birthday parties this year, and I thought I'd share my experience because this has not always been the case. As a parent with a child with disability, we often, to be honest, since he was quite new, he's always been in daycare to some degree because of the social interaction with other kids. So in his long and varied places that he's been to, I cannot remember the last time or any time that he got a birthday party invite from one of his school friends or daycare friends. And a situation that happened last year actually forced me to consider this and do something differently. So what happened was, at the end of last year, a friend of mine who has a child with special needs put a post up on Facebook about her child being the only one that wasn't invited to an end of school breakup. I understand. I know at the time I knew very well what it felt like to be the mum of a child who didn't get invited, and so I turned into a bit of a keyboard warrior. And I wrote a comment to the effect of, sometimes there are a-holes, and sadly they will end up raising a-hole kids. I really regret writing that. I should not have. I still felt the way that I felt, so I'm glad I wrote something because it actually provoked a response from someone that it changed me. I feel bad that I wrote it, but it did change me in how I approach things. So I thought I'll share my story with you in case it helps someone who may be starting to try out a different school, or coming into next year. If your child has challenges, maybe you could try this too. So at the end of last year, we had an opportunity to go to Mackay Christian College when they had the pre-prep orientation day, and they said if there's any parents that have any comments or questions, okay to talk now. So I stood up and I introduced Reef, who at the time was fighting with one of the other kids, and I said, "That's my little boy, and he has Down syndrome and he can't talk properly, and he's still learning how to communicate. He's still learning that some behaviours are not okay, and this is some of the stuff that he does, and this is why." And I just apologised in advance if he hurt the feelings of any kids or if he hurt any of the kids, and he's not a malicious boy. He's a good boy, but he gets really frustrated and he does lash out, and at the time he was hitting kids, and it was horrible. It was really horrible. It went on for years, and he's growing out of it, but he still does it. So anyway, the next year, first day, Reef went up to this particular little girl who he made her cry on orientation, and he went up and he hit her, kind of like a back slap, "How you going, mate?" But at the orientation, it scared the bejeebus out of this poor kid. And when I said I'm sorry to her, she turned around and said, "It's all right. This is my friend Reef, and he's still learning how to talk, and that's his way of saying hello, and it's okay because I'm going to help him learn." And I thought, that parent has spent such a long time talking to that child over the school holidays that she understood something about Reef before school started, and if I hadn't got up and said something, it could have been quite different. And so one of the ladies in our daycare actually set up a private group parents page where we could all connect on Facebook, and I made a real effort to on school holidays and stuff like that to invite people into our home to come and play with Reef in his natural habitat, because this is the safest environment where he feels most at peace. And I thought I'd invite parents into our territory, and this school holidays we've got 2 play dates coming up. but what's happened is that openness that I've done from the start, and I did my usual school letter, which I always do, which the teachers photocopy and put in all the kids' pockets so it goes home with a couple of photos of Reef and stuff. That still happened as well, but this was a little bit more personal. And Reef has been invited to so many birthday parties this year, and some places have been a little bit difficult. If there was a park that wasn't suitable, I mentioned it to the parents, and they changed the park. One parent changed the park for us to accommodate Reef, which I thought was beautiful. But she said to her she didn't care where, it didn't really matter where it was so long as kids turned up. So she changed it so he could be in a fenced park, and it was lovely. And anyway, I've just been a little bit more open with the parents, and the reason why I posted this is because, look, Reef got a birthday party invite from a child who I don't know and a parent who I don't know in the kindy classroom on the other side of this little centre has got 2 classrooms. And at at playtime, outdoor playtime, these kids play together. And so he wanted to invite Reef to his birthday party. I don't think that would have happened. I don't think that has happened because I've been as open as what I have. I think that this lovely family would have invited Reef anyways. But it's just made me think that maybe I should write or do something so that if my experience can help somebody else. But basically this gentleman said when he contacted me, if children want to be friends with who they're friends with, so if you don't create opportunities and you don't invite them to your birthday parties, or you don't go to their other friends' parties, then you can't expect to get when the kids want their friends there, you can't expect to get an invite every time. And I understand that, and I hadn't considered that, and his advice has changed our experience, and I hope that this video can change yours as well. Thank you.